Welcome back into Cougar Sports Saturday. It's a game day. BYU, Kansas State. Coming up tonight, 8:30 kick right here on KSL News Radio, the TV broadcast on ESPN. And Matt, it's time now for the conference check-in.
Conference check-in, powered by Central Bank. Everything happening in the Big 12 this week.
A few games underway, and one of them is not a conference game. Iowa State didn't get the memo that Big 12 play is underway, but I think later in the day is where we're going to get a lot of clarity on how teams are faring in their conference matchups. The big one coming up at 2 p.m., Mitch, Utah at Oklahoma State. That is going to be a fascinating football game because these are two teams that are very clearly vying to be in that Big 12 championship game. Is Utah for real? I don't know if I can totally answer that. If they go and put a beat down on the Pokes, then maybe. So that's the big game to kind of keep an eye on is in terms of Big 12 play.
It is, and they're going to Stillwater, and Utah fans have consistently complained that they didn't want to be in this league because it's a bunch of truck stop cities. They go to Stillwater for the first one. So you want to maybe the Big 12 is like, you know what? You're going to enjoy the ultimate truck stop, Stillwater, Oklahoma on stop number one. But that's a good coaching matchup. Whittingham versus Mike Gundy. And I love Mike Gundy press conferences. My goodness, the man was fixing a refrigerator this week. The dude can do it all. TCU at SMU. Cougar fans obviously intrigued by this one. First game back for SMU since that game against BYU. They had a bye week last week, and then TCU had that heartbreak last week. They gave up a 21-point lead against UCF. So TCU looking to get back on track in the battle for the Iron Skillet. And then 6 o'clock, Matt, prime time. It's Coach Prime in Boulder. First Big 12 game for the Buffs against Baylor. And BYU's next opponent at 6 p.m.
That's going to be an interesting one. Is Colorado improving? I know they got back to their winning ways against the Rams of Colorado State, but we'll see. In Baylor, I think they're still trying to figure some things out. That's going to be an interesting one. The nightcap is obviously BYU and Kansas State, which we'll continue to break down. A few games ongoing right now as well, Mitch.
It is. And the conference check-in always sponsored by Central Bank. Go to Central Bank, and they're proud sponsors of the conference check-in, a weekly look at Big 12 football. Make sure to listen to First and 12 coming up on Sunday here on KSL tomorrow. 10 a.m. to noon, myself, Alex Keary, will break down all the action from Week 4 in the Big 12 Conference.
Before we take a break, news, traffic, and weather is right around the corner, but make a pick on the Utah-Oklahoma State game.
I'll go with Utah slightly because I'm a little bit concerned Oklahoma State, they're not having much success with Ollie Gordon. He's only ran for 90 yards the past 2 weeks. Now, on the flip side, Alan Bowman's looked really good, but I don't trust Alan Bowman in a big game. I mean, I'll believe it when I see it with Cam Rising when he's actually playing. If he does play, I'll give the Utes the slight edge, but it is a absolute coin flip game.
Give me the Pokes. Give me the Pokes.
Okay.
I just think that Utah is not ready to be the hunted, and quite frankly, they have not played in a lot of atmospheres like the one they're going to play in today in the Pac-12. No disrespect to the I don't even know what the Pac-6 now, but there just weren't a lot of places you played that was this kind of environment.
Yeah, BYU fans, I think they're cheering for your pick. Your prediction to play itself out. Again, that's a conference check-in sponsored by Central Bank. Taking a break. On the other side, we'll catch up with another Mitch Fortner. He's a Kansas State insider from K-Man Radio out in Kansas. He talks all things Kansas State. We'll catch up with him to break down this Wildcats team here on Cougar Sports Saturday.